ineligible man downfield. Danny Smith making some notes on those always copious notepads of him. I had him up for a couple of conversations in my hotel suite, and Danny Smith has got more notepads. And you know what? He's a well-organized guy, but he's a football guy who wants players who can make things happen.
You know, Tolly, we talked about Brian Kinton snapping the ball being downfield. That's very important. Who snaps the ball for the Eagles now that... I love when I give you these tough questions like this.
That would be number 68, Morris Unatoa, replacing John Hudson.
You got it, my friend.
Derek Witherspoon off the right side. Another penalty flag. 2 of them down on this play. Witherspoon for a couple off the right side. We'll wait to see what Red Cash's crew has now called. That
I'll tell you right now.
You tell me. Make the call before I say.
Jason Dunn, number 87. When that flag comes in from where it came in, they're watching the tight end. He probably wrapped his arms around the defenseman and the linebacker. That's a tight end hold.
All right, Jason Dunn is the man that Ron is indicting here on this play. We'll see what Red Cash and the judge has to say.
Holding during the run. Number 87 of the
You are unbelievable. You will be insufferable for our post-game party. I know you're just going to have a diet soda with us for 15 minutes after the game, but we will hear that you made that call properly for about 3 hours. There he is, Jason Dunn, number 87. They expect big things from him. Another guy, Jermaine Mayberry, they expect big things from him. Right now, though, the Eagles, after the penalty, are operating 1st and 20 from their own 10-yard line. Ty Detmer again in, replacing Rodney Peete. Back to pass, under pressure, incomplete over the middle. He was going to his safety valve, Mark Say. That'll bring up a 3rd and 20. But Jermaine Mayberry, number 71, first-round draft choice, small college guy. They want a guy who can take care of Leon Lett and the Dallas Cowboys.
We'll take a look at Mayberry right here, and that's why he was drafted to play against the Dallas Cowboys. You'll see a set right here. I actually think the set is just a hair high, and it doesn't give that lateral movement. I had a chance to watch Jermaine in training camp. I thought he was playing a little high. It's going to take some time. You know, Bill Callahan will work with him to get that body weight down. It's a lot of weight to get down, but once he gets it down, this guy's going to be a terrific offensive lineman.
All right, the Eagles once again operating from their own 10-yard line. Ty Detmer, of course, it is now 2nd down with the penalty. You get the extra down. Incomplete pass. He was looking for number 18 on the play. Donnie Brady breaks it up for the Ravens on that play. And, of course, Kevin Pratt's the guy the ball was intended for.
Well, these are the situations you don't want to get yourself in offensively. 1st and 20, 2nd and 20. They're trying to pick half it up here with the slant-flat combination. Again, the ball thrown a little bit behind Pratt. And, you know, you got to put that one, I've said it probably 3 or 4 times tonight, right on the belt buckle. Not back there, not where it's a tough catch, not where it can be deflected. Put it right on his belt buckle where no one can get it but the receiver.
All right, Eagles have a 3rd down and long, 20 yards to go. Their 3rd down conversion so far tonight, 6 for 12. Detmer, 7 for 12, 49 yards as a backup quarterback tonight. Detmer back to his own goal line almost. Steps up to the 5, looking over the middle. Nice pass and a great catch by Mark Say. Going to be very close, but it's going to be about from where the referee's foot is, about a foot short of the 1st down, Ronnie.
Well, an outstanding job by Ty Detmer and the offensive line. When you're going to throw the ball 20 yards up the field, you need 2.9 to 3.1 seconds. You'll see the 7-step drop. You'll see a nice cushion in the pocket. You'll see Detmer read the coverage. Zip, boom, there's what a throw has to be, right on the numbers. Oh, if he could have fought a little bit more, he would have had the 1st down. Jermaine Mayberry once again. Good job there. Real good job. Push him by the quarterback. Oh, knock him on the ground. And a baby Jermaine. Knock him down. Give Ty some time.
That's the mean streak offensive line coach Bill Callahan and Ray Rhodes want. All right, Tommy Hutton punting from his own 20. Jermaine Lewis back. He's going to take this at his own 25. Back up to the 30. He's going to get in the traffic right there, and he is crushed after about a 7-yard return. Number 57, Mark Woodard. We've been isolating on him all night. And there's your man, number 68, Morris Unatoa.
Aha, you got it, my friend.
He's an important guy as we look at the special teamers go
critical.
on. The long snappers, and they had John Hudson just for that role. He got a better financial deal and went with Richie Kotite and the Jets, who we will see at the Vet next Thursday night for Eagles preseason football on Fox. But Morris Unatoa is doing a nice job so far tonight. Here's Jermaine Lewis on the return, and watch 57 coming up on the play. Mark Woodard does a nice job of sticking him. All right, Eric Zier brings them out. 1:56 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ravens up 10-9. 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Zier back to pass. Outside to Ernest Hunter. Short gain. He's going to get a couple on the play as the Eagles continue to pursue very nicely. Making the stop on that play for the Philadelphia Eagles, Whit Marshall, one of their rookie linebackers.
Again, you're going to see some of the young guys in there. And this guy, Ernest Hunter, 5'8", he's a lot like Vaughn Hebron. You get the ball to him on the perimeter. He's going to make people miss. You'll see exactly that happening right here. Here's Zier dropping back, reads the coverage, goes right out to the flat immediately. He knew he was going the minute he planted his foot. Here's a tackle that has to be made. You can't miss those kinds of tackles in that situation in the open field. You get positive plays for the offense, of course. That's not the guys we want to have make positive plays. Good penetration.
Oh, excellent penetration. Zaire gave it again to Ernest Hunter on that play, and the Eagles' defensive people are getting a lot of penetration on that play. Number 93, Sebastian Berry made the nice play.
Well, you know, we've talked about it all evening. The key to playing good defense from your down lineman is penetration in the running game. For the most part, the Eagles have been getting that all night. Now you bring in, you know, probably your third group of defensive linemen. Sebastian Berry gets penetration, causes a negative play.
Going to call it a 3rd down and 12 from the 30. And look, last year you had Kurt Gouveia, Bill Romanowski, top of the tackles list. They're gone. Greg Jackson, Mark McMillan, 6th and 7th. They're gone. Harmon Thomas and Zordich return. But a lot of new faces are going to have to make a lot of tackles. 300 of them gone from the guys not replaced from last year yet. There we go with number 86 making the completion on a nice pass from Zaire. That's Ray Etheridge. And that ball is now going to be out. Let's see where the marking is. They're going to have the punt, and the Eagles will take over as we're winding down. Only 26 seconds here to go in the 3rd quarter. And I'll tell you, the Eagles' defensive line, as you mentioned, Ron, they just have a lot more depth, man.
Good push up the middle. The ball is thrown, but Zaire takes the hit. That thing's kind of quacking out there. You know, and here it comes. That's why it's so important to get him in that 3rd and long situation. Here, the surge up the middle. This is just a man on a man. No twists, no stunts. Hey, we're saying we're going to beat you. They get in there. They get the hit on the quarterback. All 4 of those guys had to push up the field.
All right, Greg Montgomery's punt is going to be fielded by Freddie Solomon inside his 10, almost back to the 5. He's back out to the 10, up to the 15-yard line. He's dancing back to the 12, and that's where the Eagles are going to take over. Almost some extracurriculars out at midfield. It's number 53 for the Philadelphia Eagles, Joe Cummings, getting into it with people. But when the Eagles come back, we will have the 4th quarter of a 1-point game. Ravens leading the Birds 10-9. Stay tuned because Bobby Hoynes coming up with the Eagles. We are back at Memorial Stadium where tonight 63,804 Ravens fans, a few of them Eagles fans, have enjoyed an interesting football game. You see the 3-quarter stats. The Eagles are doing a little better job passing the football. Ty Detmer had a nice outing.
Well, they're doing a better job running the football, doing a better job passing the football. Their total yards better, time possessions better. One problem, Don, the red zone. When you get inside the 20-yard line, 3 points isn't enough when you're down there 3 times. You got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone.
Number 7. And it's not my partner, Bobby Hoying. Boy, are they high on this young guy out of Ohio State. Takes over as the quarterback. 1st and 10. They're starting the operation at their own 14-yard line. That's Kevin Bowie, one of the backup running backs. He's another guy who's on the bubble here. He's got to prove himself in the preseason as we look at Bobby Hoying. What a career he had at Ohio State, a 3rd-round pick for the Birds this year.
You know, we had an opportunity to talk to Ray Rhodes this morning specifically about Bobby Hoying. He clearly stated to us he worked him out. He watched him play. They did a complete investigation of his background. He felt he was the best quarterback coming out of the draft in 1996, and we stole him in the 3rd round.
It is going to be 2nd and 5 on the 19 as Bobby Hoying brings him back up to the line of scrimmage. Kevin Bowie, the single back behind him. Here's the first Hoying pass on the rollout to the right. He's going to keep the ball, doesn't see anything open, and he scrambles out of bounds close to the 1st down. Will bring up a 3rd and about 2-3 yards to go.
Well, there was that naked play that I spoke about earlier off the play action, but of course you got a different group of people in there that aren't as overreactive as that former group of Ravens that were in there. You'll see the play action, bang, right up the middle. Come out, you're trying to hit the tight end. You saw Dunn coming across. It would have been a tough throw. Bobby does the right thing. You don't want to make a bad mistake like throwing an interception when you're backed up around your 20-yard line. He did the right thing.
Craig Powell, number 59, the guy who makes the hit there, is a former teammate of his at Ohio State. And I saw Hoying say something, and I think he was just really showing a little of his toughness. You like that in youngster. I don't think he was greeting him on that play. He said, hey, man, a little bit late perhaps. All right, 3rd and 2 for Bobby Hoying and the Eagles. Hoying back to pass. He's going to get it out in the flat. Number 31, Derek Witherspoon, big gain over the 40, out near midfield. Oh, Ray Rhodes is loving the new number 7.
Don, the quarterback position is about mechanics. And Bobby Hoying gets back. He knows where he wants to go with the football. This is a play that I'm sure John Gruden designed to throw in the ball. Watch this drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plant. Deliver. Hit him in motion like he does. That's what you want to do. Witherspoon on the run. Not behind him on the hip. Not over his head. Hit him on the run. He'll get the 1st down. But mechanics. Bobby McCoy has solid mechanics.
Bobby Hoying gets him 1st down at the 47, 1st and 10. And I can see John Gruden in the booth next to us, and he always has that steel intensity. But he had a look of pride because he is a big Bobby Hoying guy. Okay, Hoying back to pass. He just looks good in the pocket. Nice floater out there. He's got a man, but Freddie Solomon a bit overthrown. Bobby Hoying, I was talking to Mike Conway, our general manager, who had seen a game of Ohio State playing Penn State. He said he had a John Elway-like ability to throw the frozen rope. This guy's arm is very impressive.
Well, you'll see it right here. I think this throw is a little bit flat. He's got to get some air under it and let Solomon run to get it. Got a good, quick release. It's thrown inside. This ball has to be to the outside where only Freddie Solomon can catch it. Get a little more air under it. But, you know, we were out of training camp last week, and the knock on Bobby Hoying was he couldn't throw the deep ball. Well, the first play is 7-on-7. Irving Fryer runs down the side on the streak, 65 yards, caught it in stride, touchdown.
Second and 10, not bad at all. Bobby Hoying, an all Big Ten quarterback from Ohio State. Now he's leading the Philadelphia Eagles. The give is to Kevin Bowie up near midfield. It's going to bring up a third and about 7 yards to go. You know, talking about Bobby Hoying, he also lettered in baseball and track as an athlete, and he comes from a famous baseball family. A lot of Phillies fans will remember this guy. The late Wally Post was a great first baseman with the Cincinnati Reds. If you're a baseball fan and been one for a while, you know that name, Wally Post. It was his grandfather. Bobby Hoying has great bloodlines. Good-looking guy, too, and a nice young man, huh?
He is a terrific guy.
What's not to like?
This is not the situation you want to be in, though. Rodney's helping him out.
All right, 3rd and 7 at midfield. Bobby Hoying trying to get the first down into Ravens territory.
Got to come inside. Got to come inside.
Oh, and the ball is dropped by number 86, Philip Riley. And when you're on a team with as many receivers as they have right here, they love Riley's speed, but you got to make that catch.
Got to make that catch. You know, the protection was sound. It was solid. They went to a man under 2 deep, so you got to work inside the hash areas. We saw Jason Dunner in the game catch football, but you'll see Hoying set up nicely in the pocket here. This is what you like to see, a quarterback's feet. Boom. He keeps moving, finds a receiver. It's one of those situations, again, he didn't make a poor decision. He went to a positive outlet. Riley's got to make that catch and maybe break a tackle and get the first down.
All right, Tommy Hutton in to punt for the Eagles, standing back at his own 35. Jermaine Lewis standing at the 10-yard line for the Ravens. He's trying to kick it over into the corner and out of bounds, and he does a nice job. It'll depend on where the referee sight lines that with Red Cashin, and the Ravens are going to take over with 12:23 to go in this football game, and when they do, it'll be 1st and 10 for them. He's moving up near the 20 as Danny Smith works out the gun. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 19. Ravens lead 10-9. Stay with us on Fox. Don Tollefson, Ron Jaworski, and Double C. Carl Churkin down on the sidelines here at Memorial Stadium. We announced it a while ago, 63,804 people in attendance. Ronnie, as we look at the Eagles' new uniform and the new color scheme, that is the largest attendance ever for an NFL game here at Memorial Stadium. The reason being they have added 10,000 bleacher seats. They used to call it the dog pound in Cleveland. Here they're calling it the bird cage. As you look at some of the depth along that defensive line, and one of the things we're going to isolate on here late in the game, guys like number 96, Mark Gunn, Greg Jefferson, how are they playing? 1st and 10, Eric Zier brings up the Baltimore Ravens. They lead this game 10-9, the ball at their own 19. Zier back to pass. Gets some pressure from the offside. Going deep. He's got a man down there, just overthrown, just out of the reach of Jermaine Lewis, the punt returner. Single coverage over on that side for number 46 on the play for the Philadelphia Eagles, Frederick Ford.
Frederick Ford was having a little problem on this play. He is way behind. This had 6 points written all over it. Fortunately for those guys in the new midnight green jerseys, that was overthrown.
I'll tell you, Frederick Ford's heart's probably pumping, because if that's a TD, he does not want to be around Emmett Thomas or Ray Rhodes. What a great time we've had in Baltimore. Our thanks to the entire Ravens organization, the wonderful people, Catherine and Kathleen and everybody over at the Tremont Suite Hotel. We have just had a fabulous time here, and we really appreciate all you guys have done for us. All right, Eric Zier, back to pass. Looking outside, makes the completion. It's going to be good enough for the first down. Ray Etheridge with the catch, and that'll be a Baltimore Ravens first down, although now they've moved it back about half a yard, so it looks like it's going to bring up a 3rd and very short.
You know, Don, prior to the game, I was talking to Don Strock, former Dolphins quarterback, who's now the quarterback's coach here in Baltimore, and a Pottstown guy, by the way.
Absolutely.
As we watch the play of Eric Zier making the play action, zipping the ball out to Etheridge out on the sideline. Got a nice little tap in there. But Don was talking about Jermaine Lewis. He said, Ron, watch this guy. He can flat out fly. I think we just saw that Frederick Ford found out the same thing 2 plays ago.
Absolutely. It is now 3rd and very short to go for Eric Zier. Short yardage situation to give us to Ernest Hunter. He tripped up. Nice play by number 58, Whit Marshall, one of the rookie linebackers. And, of course, they went out and got Joe Kelly, the veteran, to give him some depth. But Whit Marshall, nice play there.
Outstanding play, and it's, again, penetration. Boy, when you get the linebacker in the play, you'll see it right here. Whit just comes off the block very nicely, which is what you have to do. Grab him around the ankle, stop the positive movement forward. This is an outstanding play by this young man. Whit Marshall breaking through there on a 3rd and short. Again, we talked about running the football. If you're going to win championships, you got to run it in those situations. And if you're going to win them, you got to stop, which the Eagles did.
Whit Marshall out of Georgia, where he was at